fucking me back and forth.
Cole, you stupid.
was only opened in 2020, but quickly became one of the league's most recognizable venues. You're looking at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. Coming up, we're keeping things in the AFC for an intra-conference contest between the Denver Broncos and the Los Angeles Chargers. We're through the first quarter of the season. Hard to believe, I know, as we kick off in this Week 5 contest. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. First run of the game for J.K. Dobbins. And there's the stop, but he's got 9 yards on 1st down. Already we're seeing the mind games they can play with personnel. You talk about this all the time, Brock. Looked like a passing set. Left them some room on the ground.
10, 11, heck, even 20 personnel. Doesn't matter. Offensively, you get to dictate the terms. Kind of like those pitchers and catchers that once in a while will pitch backwards. Keep your opponent off guard.
Next to throw on 2nd. That'll be caught by Troy Franklin. Contact is made, and that's going to take him out of bounds. Gain of about 21 on the play, and that'll earn the Broncos a new set of downs.
You just love that kind of execution because it's able to make an impact, Kate, beyond simply getting the first down. That yardage, that really sets them up now to be aggressive with a new set of downs.
1st and 10 here for Knicks. And that last throw puts them up near 1,000 yards on this season. They run the counter with Dobbins. He's going to get inside the defense's 30 here. Looks to be a gain of about 6 on the play.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you'd really break the backs of the defense.
Motion man is the tight end. He's going left. To his back, J.K. Dobbins. And they have this down to the 11th before being marked down. That play good for 17 on a 1st down.
It's a gain of 17 yards. 1st down, Broncos.
So read here, and this is Dobbins. And he has enough room to gain about 4. Offense in a hurry up here. Now a 2nd down throw for Knicks. Gets it through, but contact at the catch point forces that incompletion. Nearly had it over the middle. Instead, just 3rd down now. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour. And there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Here's Knicks to throw. And that one's incomplete. For now, it brings up 4th. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about. So it seems like either way they were getting a 4th down here, but this way cost them some extra yardage too.
Hey, I get you want to avoid a possible turnover by forcing it down the field. It's really hard to find a scenario where 10 yards and a loss of downs is the better outcome.
That one's a miss. So he hung it out right at that upright. And we continue to await our opening score of this ball game.
Well, there's certainly never, ever a guarantee from that distance, but that's one you'd expect to be in your kicker's range. You hate to have a drive come away with nothing, but that's exactly what happened.
1st and 10 from the 32. Right to the air is Herbert. And that one's complete. Amarion Hampton. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Here's Herbert on second. Connection made again with Hampton. And not in just yet. They stop him at the 2. That's going to bring up first and goal.
A gain of 61 yards. And the Chargers first down. First and goal at the 2-yard line.
Here we go, set. 52 blue. Set.
Here's a design run. And he's in for the touchdown. Well, we knew coming into this one, Brock, they are facing one of their toughest challenges of the season. And what a Celtics able to cut right through a top 5 defense on their opening drive.
I'm really looking forward to this. This is going to be fun. In practice, you would call this good on good, starters on starters. And these are some of the best in the league on both sides of the ball. It's going to be fun to watch unfold.
The Chargers kicking team out, and they'll send this away. And he won't opt to bring this one out. Content to keep it there in the end zone. They'll start their drive at the 35. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for first and 10. Beginning on the ground here with Dobbins. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You can stick to the ground. You can throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
On second down, here's Dobbins. Excellent play defensively as they get to him behind the line. It's going to bring a third down. Now the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
Third and long for him here. And he loses control, and that one's going to fall to the ground, Brock. Needed to bring that in. Instead, the mistake means it's fourth down. Here comes the Broncos punting unit. Jeremy Crawshaw, the one who's going to send this away. And this one touchdown inside the 30.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. First and 10. Here's Hampton to open the drive. And he stopped after picking up 9, so they're set up well here with 2nd and 1. All those guys lined up wide, put to good use as blockers, Brock, helping hold off that defense just long enough for a nice solid gain.
I'll tell you a little secret here, Kate, but don't tell everybody. I'm going to tell you a secret. One of the first things that I watch on game tape is the effort of the guys outside. Whether that's on a just for the love of the game route where they're not getting the ball, or in this case blocking, it really does show the character of your team.
He finds Johnston. He goes the distance. Touchdown, LA!
I know you got to mix your looks defensively. You just can't play all zone coverage, and sometimes you got to play man-to-man. But with the receiver, with that kind of speed, that is scary, and he just made him pay.
Point after is converted by Dicker. It's a 14-0 game here early.
Chargers 14, Broncos nothing.
The Chargers just about ready. And there they go, sending it away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for first and 10. Nix. Flushed out of the pocket. He's running with it. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
On second down, Nix. This is Ingram looking left side. He's hauled down after just a couple of yards, but enough. Importantly enough, they get that first down. Defenders in the area, they still make the connection, Brock. It almost looked like it was just another throw on the practice field.
Yeah, this is how you just develop that just trust factor, that connection. We see it with QBs and tight ends, and the best of them make it look easy.
Pitching it out to Dobbins. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Shotgun handoff for Dobbins. It's going to be taken down here, but not before the play gets him 12 big yards and a first down. Well, he's got his early highlights, Brock, but you know he wants to add a few more to that reel before this game wraps up.
There's no question about that. You want to get that century mark.
Yeah.
That's a number that running backs are proud of, and stacking runs like that will sure help.
Play action with Nix. Bails out of the pocket quick. And that looked good for a moment, Brock, but the hit jars it free. That's going to bring up 2nd.
No real secret. They were going to get him and his height involved early there, Kate. The secret was how is it going to be defended? Well, they chose to go physical. And that will plant a little thought in his mind. The next time the ball comes his way, he better be ready for some contact.
Nix, quick out wide, complete. Defense finally able to close on this after a gain of about 24. And it's going to be first down, Denver.
24-yard gain on the play. First down, Broncos.
It's the end of the first in this AFC West showdown. Our score, 14-0. We're back to SoFi right after this. Time for our second quarter. Let's see if the Broncos can capitalize in the red zone. Quick throw caught by Waddle. And they'll get there and stop him at the line. Offense to the line fast.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Throwing on second, Nix. To the end zone, and this is going to be reeled in. Touchdown, Denver. Jalen Waddle, his 3rd of the year. Will Lutz now on for the extra point. Send right down the middle and good. And that cuts the lead to 7.
Chargers 14, Broncos 7.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Here's a return from the 7. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. Chargers getting set. 1st and 10. Hampton gets it out of the zone read. Stop finally made after they give up 16 on the play. And that is good for a Chargers first down.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
And what a jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. Before he can extend for that marker, but still gain of 9. Nicely done on first down, 2nd and 1. And he came into this game top 10 in receiving, Brock, but he's going to need a big second half now to hold his spot. Held without a catch until that play.
And do you want to bet on that in the second half? Because I think I'll bet on him.
Yeah. It's Hampton on second. And he's got him the first down. That 3-yard gain was enough on that previous play.
You know what I like about a second and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a first down. But you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play-action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
Here's Herbert. Chased out to his right. That's complete, David Njoku. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. Even 10-yard gain on the play. And that's going to be good for an LA first down.
Tight ends will eat up every one of those opportunities to show and prove they can be chain movers as well. Even as they get more and more recognition in this league, they're still constantly working to prove that they're playmakers too.
Toward the sideline, and out of bounds it goes. Great gains, about 12. And that's going to make it first down Chargers.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Shotgun give to Hampton. And he gets home. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Omarion Hampton, number 10 of his NFL career.
Cameron Dicker for the extra point.
Dicker with the extra points. They now lead by 14 points.
For Chargers 21, Broncos 7.
The Chargers kicking team out, and they'll send this away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock, so they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for first and 10. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. Having gained about a handful there. Sent to the ground by Khalil Mack.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
Here's Dobbins again on second down. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Stopped by Deion Henley. 3rd and 2, Brock, as we have reached our 2-minute warning. More football from SoFi in just a moment. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Motioning the tight end now. Throwing now on 3rd and 2. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Sean Murphy bunting in to pick it off. And the Chargers get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
Intercepted. The Chargers take over first and 10 at the 34-yard line.
So they'll head up here first and 10 from the 34. Hampton on the pitch. And give him the first down here. Looks to be an even 20 on that play.
That's just what happens when a pitch is called and perfectly counters what the defense is doing. Able to seal that edge, get outside to the right flank, and the running back knew what to do.
Out of the gun, here's Hampton. And second down is going to be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL. But it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock him behind the sticks. Job well done there.
Now Herbert on second down. Hits his target in the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers! Brennan Thompson, his second in this game, matching his total from last week. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
The Chargers just about ready. There they go, sending it away. And this one will clear the end zone. No surprise to any of us, right, with the kick moved up, but it only is going to come out to the 20 on that touchback. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Nick Snad, a throw. Now set up the screen here. It's Harvey. And this is across midfield and into enemy territory.
Got to be pretty good actor. Got to be pretty good at selling to that defense. Now, that's a drop back pass. When you get a big play on the screen like that, boy, it's choreography by everybody on that offense.
And that's incomplete, only because of the hit applied, though. A good defensive play to bring up 2nd down.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
2nd down. Here's Nix again. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
They'll throw, 3rd and long. And he's not going to challenge for that 1st down. He's taken down short of the line to gain after he picked up 5.
A 5-yard pickup.
We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Well, they're in a pretty big hole already, Brock. They're going to pass on the field goal and keep chasing that touchdown. Going on 4th. Here's Nix. Downfield, this finds Waddle. And this is going to go for a gain of 20 as that converts on 4th down.
It's a gain of 20.
Denver calls the second of its 3 timeouts. Here's Nix on 1st and 10. And he's up to 9 of 15 passing after that last completion. From the red zone on 1st. And that one's picked off in the end zone, but no, incomplete, folks. He wasn't able to stay in bounds. Boy, they had to look, Brock, and they just missed a touchdown as the throw put him a little bit too close to the edge of that end zone.
Handle priority number 1, that's to catch it and secure it. Unfortunately, did not leave enough room to land his feet in the end zone, despite what was really a tremendous effort.
Has his man, middle of the end zone. Touchdown, Broncos.
Touchdown, Denver.
Extra point try now from Lutz. This one splits the uprights. It is good. And it's down to a 14-point game.
Broncos 14.
So we'll see if it's a kick return that ends our half, or if we get a play from scrimmage, as this one's away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. He's out of bounds on that return, Brock, because that takes us into the break. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. Fields this one at the 3. Making some progress here. Races past midfield. And he'll go out of bounds with more than half the work done. Offense in enemy territory to begin the series at the 45-yard line.
45-yard line.
Well, their hopes of an early comeback, that faint flicker of light they had when they exited the locker room at halftime, that return just snuffed it out. Very good chance now that lead's going to grow and certainly not shrink.
Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45. First play, they'll give it to Hampton. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
I'm going to guess at some point, whether it's in the huddle or over there on the bench on the sidelines after this drive, QB is going to go apologize to that running back. He just ran him into one heck of a negative play.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Herbert now. Buys time, rolling right. A risky throw, and they're going to intercept it. And the Broncos will take over as he records his first interception of our season. They worked hard to have the halftime lead, Brock, but now that defense working hard to take it away.
Not wasting any time, are they? You know, they love to say about baseball, Kate, baseball's a game of adjustments. So is the NFL, and especially in the second half. You have all that data from the first half. You want to take it all in, and defensively you want to adjust exactly what they did to take the ball away there to begin the second.
They pitch it to him. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
Well, that run may not move the chains, Kate. That is such a confidence builder. Sets the tone for more play action, maybe more runs. That's exactly how you want to start a drive.
42-yard line.
Second down, give to Harvey. And this is headed the wrong way. He's going to lose yards here, and it's going to bring up third down. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
You know, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
And he can't hang on as he gets hit trying to make that catch. Brock's going to force fourth down.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to third. It's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was third and manageable and an incomplete.
All right, looks like this is the moment they're going to make their comeback course. They're going for it on fourth. Going for it with Harvey. And this is going to be close, but I don't think he's got it. Nope, they mark him shy of the first. This is going to be a turnover on down.
And what a battle of wills we just got to see. Fighting in the trenches on a fourth down run. Trying to play conservative, keep it on the ground to power it across, but there was no overcoming a front just as equally motivated to get off the field.
Now here's Keaton Mitchell with the run. And they'll get to him here. Play finally put to an end after about 15 yards gained, and they got that first down too.
Run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
One play in, Brock, and his drive is already in enemy territory. Running it with Hampton. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Gonna be second down. Offense in the hurry up here.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up second and 9.
Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. As that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. They'll come to the line here, second and 9. to throw. Here's Herbert. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Throw here, third down. He rolls to his right. To the right and pulled in by McConkey. That's the first down, and he's still going. He's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
And the Chargers, first down. First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
From the red zone now. And this is going to wind up incomplete. Second down.
That's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage waiting for it. They were thinking interception for a second. The incompletion is still pretty good, too.
After the incomplete pass, here comes second and 10. Throwing now, Herbert. Going with a screen to Hampton. And he's able to get him pretty close to that marker. Call that a gain of about 7. That's going to bring up third and short.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve. Some call it automatic. But it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
And this is going to go in the wrong direction. He loses just about the amount of yards they needed to get there. It's going to be fourth down.
A loss of 5.
The Chargers sending out Dicker the kicker to add 3 to the board.
Cameron
It's a
Dicker
34-yarder from that right hash.
A 34-yard attempt.
Dicker connects there. And that makes this a 3-score game.
Anytime you start sniffing that red zone and you don't score 6, you only come away with 3 points. Not what you were looking for on the call sheet.
The Chargers kicking team out, and they'll send this away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball at the 35 to begin this drive. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for first and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Harvey. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
Not sure if it was a missed assignment on the line, a dominant play on his part, or maybe a little bit of both, Kate. But look at those dudes down there defensively. Man, they are fired up after that stick behind the line.
Next to throw on second. Look at that power, deep left side. Really pushing the envelope on second down, but the deep shot doesn't work. Well, he already has himself 1 interception in his game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse and sprinkle into your passing game. Because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when 1 pick becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and on and on.
Here he goes, third and long.
That's such a bummer, Kate, for a quarterback. If you have to scramble and take off, you'd really like to find a way to move the chains. He could not. That defense rallied, they responded, and they forced a fourth down.
Here we go on fourth. Nix on the move, headed right. And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get 1 more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
To throw, Herbert. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to have it after his second interception of the season.
Intercepted by the Broncos.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game without 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out.
And down he goes on the long side midfield. They got him at the 46. Junior Colson. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for second down. Next off the play action. Under pressure again, and again he goes down. Khalil Mack. And these guys need to find a way to hold up better for their QB. This offense now facing third down. To throw, here's Nix. That one falls incomplete and brings us to the end of this third quarter. So we hit the end of the third quarter. It's not quite over yet, but it take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the fourth quarter. Fourth and forever coming up. They're going to switch things up at the line. Desperation time here on fourth. Into a crowd and intercepted. And the Chargers are going to have it after his second interception of the season.
Okay, that's just one of those situations. It is so difficult to be a quarterback in that spot. It's kind of like being a pitcher in a 3-0 count. You just oftentimes don't win, and you feel like you got to force the issue, and you force the issue, yeah, interceptions follow.
Back to work after throwing the pick. Buying some time right. He's got it inside the 10. And they're going to stop him, but he got enough to make it first and goal from the 8.
That's so good, Kate. That is just such good quarterbacking 101 right there. He escapes the pocket. He keeps his eyes down the field, and because of it, well, he found an explosive.
They're going quickly here out to McConkey. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on first and goal.
I certainly don't mind completions nor getting the ball out of a quarterback's hands in a hurry, but that one was way too predictable as it goes backwards.
On second down, Herbert escapes the pocket. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up. Now Herbert to throw. He completes it in traffic. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. And for somebody who's been picked off like he has, Brock, you gotta admire his determination to keep attacking these coverages.
Yeah, that is risk. Right into double coverage yet again. But this guy's got what I call a high belief factor in himself.
They snap it to Herbert. Intercepted in the end zone. Picked off Brandon Jones. And the Broncos are going to have it after his second interception of the season.
Is a turnover on downs.
All right, Denver getting everybody set, so they've got first and 10. Here's Harvey to kick this one off. And this is a tough one. Met back at his own 2-yard line for the loss. Ooh, talk about a bad look there, Brock. Going jumbo set and still moving backwards after that play.
I don't think you're talking to this defense, Kate, because I think they thought that was an excellent look to knock that thing backwards.
Yeah, good point, good point. Working on second down. Nix. This is Ingram working the left side. And he's finally down to put a stop to this one, but a notable chunk of yardage broken off with that gain. Working quickly here.
First down, Broncos.
They fake the handoff. Now Nix. Forced out to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be second down.
That right there, Kate, that's taking the hard lessons from the previous drive and putting it into practice right here. You don't see a throw you like, it's too tight a window. Don't risk yet another interception.
And no first down here. He's up to the 42-yard line. Another half a yard, and he'd have had it.
A 9-yard gain on the play. And it's
Third and a lone yard coming up. Here's Nix. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. Fourth down coming up.
incomplete.
Kate, I would characterize this one as a clunker. I mean, just in every way, and especially here in the second half. This defense has just dominated this poor offense.
Now, can't blame him looking at that scoreboard, right? Might as well go for this on fourth down. It's Harvey straight ahead. And this is going to work out for him. Pick up a 4, and that's going to keep this offense out there. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
A 4-yard pickup on the play.
Now Nix.
And the Broncos first down.
He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line.
To R.J. Harvey. A gain of 11 on the play.
And before the snap, the officials whistle that play dead. We've reached our 2-minute warning. Broncos hoping to make it look a little better before time runs out. First and 10 from the 43. Nix. Right back to Harvey they go. The stop is made. Defense drives him out after a gain of about 13. And that's going to give the Broncos a first down.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Broncos.
Nix looking to throw. Rushes right there as he releases it. And it goes nowhere near the target. Working to avoid a sack there, Brock. It is second down.
Fair to say he's just been all over the place in this one today. Some accuracy issues early. They gave him plenty of looks trying to get him into rhythm, but they just never could, and the incompletions continue to pile up.
So early movement, not at the line, but out wide this time, and this is going to draw the flag. One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. Throwing on second, Nix. Has him on the quick hitter. And it's scooped up by the Chargers. And they're going to give a couple yards back on the return, but I don't think they care much, Brock, because they're going to take over on the fumble.
As a quarterback, you're really trying as best you can, Kate, to find those windows where your man's got some space after the catch, because the last thing you want to do is throw him into a big hit. Yeah, I know that fumble goes on the receiver's record, but that QB, he feels responsible.
Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. Headed out right. Downfield, and he has McConkey into the red zone. He makes it in for the Los Angeles touchdown. Dicker on now for the PAT. Accuracy perfect there as it's center cut. And that Makes this a 24-point ball game.
Chargers 38, Broncos 14.
The Chargers just about ready. There they go, sending it away. And he's going to field this one in the end zone without a return. So that's going to bring us out to the 35-yard line. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. Here's Nix to throw. As a man, that's Cortland Sutton. And they're finally able to get to him and touch him down, but damage already done as they pick up that 1st down.
It's a gain of 25 yards. And the Broncos 1st down.
Nix now to throw. And the coverage too much to battle through on this play. Multiple defenders there, a lot of contact at the catch. This one's incomplete. From the 40, here comes 2nd and 10. Throwing here, Nix. This is Sutton working the right side. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. Trying to set this up quick. Now Nix on 3rd down. And repeat target does not mean a repeat catch. The defense keeping an eye on him after that last play. And the hit breaks it up. It's 4th down. They're going to go for it here, trailing in the 4th. Desperation time here. And they'll turn it over on downs as that pass comes up empty and off the field they go.
Hey, I get it's already over, but go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for 1st and 10. They're going to pass it here. Flushed out of the pocket. Complete here to Hinton. It looks like he got around 8 yards before he headed out of bounds, Brock. 2nd down.
It's one thing to draw all these routes up when you're in the pocket. It's quite another when a play breaks down. Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket and scramble. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
Now Herbert on 2nd down. Cut for big yards on the right side. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
33. And the Chargers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Herbert now. Completed to his running back. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. LA uses a timeout here. It's 2nd. And they'll have just one left to burn now. Coming off a 6-yard completion. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Herbert. Caught out wide. And the scoring will never end. It's another touchdown. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
The Chargers kicking team out, and they'll send this away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. Nix off the play action. He finds Ingram working downfield here. Oh, that one did some damage as he's finally hauled down. A gain of about 24. 1st down coming up.
1st down, Denver.
Play action with Nix. Taking a final shot at the end zone. And he's got it. It's in close. And this won't affect the outcome, but a positive note to end it as he scores as time expires. So no time remaining, Brock, but the touchdown and now potentially this two-point conversion can at least make it look a little closer. And he won't reel it in, but wouldn't get them the win anyway. Instead of a